Today, we're going to review one more time what we've covered up to this point, and then we'll move on to another section of this study. We said that faith is a universal human phenomenon. It's not something that's just reserved for religion, but everybody in all of their activities, in all of their interactions with other people, they exercise faith. If somebody tells you something, you either believe them or you don't believe them. And typically, the people that you believe are people whom you have learned and grown to trust. So we've had this working definition from Hebrews chapter 11, verse 1, that says faith is a sure confidence or a firm persuasion with respect to things hoped for or things not seen. So things hoped for would be in the future. Things not seen could be in the past, present, or future. And so that's the definition that we're working with, and it works for both inside Christianity and outside of Christianity. So faith is always confidence in or persuasion of a propositional or true statement. Faith must be placed in some kind of truth statement. It's not, faith is not confidence in or persuasion of whatever you would like to have or whatever you think you need or whatever you're going to declare is true. Faith, biblical faith, is always confidence in or persuasion of a truth statement that we find from God. Okay? Now, some people will say, well, the Bible says, and they'll quote something from the Bible. And I remember as a child, I learned that the Bible says it, I believe it, that settles it. Well, just because the Bible says it does not mean that it's true. Now, that may surprise you. Let me give you an example. In Genesis chapter 3, we read, "The serpent said to the woman, 'God knows, in the day that you eat from the fruit of the tree, your eyes will be opened, and you will be like God, knowing good and evil.'" Well, that's not true. That's a lie. And it comes from Satan. So there are other things that the Bible says that may not be true for you. It may be something that's directed to an individual or to somebody. Perhaps there's a principle to learn, but not necessarily a promise for you. So we need to be careful when we approach the Bible that we understand what it's saying in its context, his historical context, cultural context, linguistic context, etc. We have to be good interpreters of the Bible. So trust is another aspect. Trust, as I said, is something that we have in people that causes us to believe what they say. So trust is confidence in the love, power, and faithfulness of God. Trust is what Jesus expressed to his Father in the garden. He did not say, "Father, I believe you will remove this cup of suffering from me," or "I demand that this cup of suffering goes away." No, Jesus didn't pray that way. He said, "Father, if you are willing, remove this cup from me, yet not my will, but yours be done." So we need to learn from his prayer to the Father in order to understand how to trust him in circumstances where we don't have a truth statement to believe from what God has said. Finally, I want to show you this graphic, and because it's really at the heart of this entire series that I'm sharing with you. Personal humility is the foundation of faith. If there's no personal humility, there's no understanding of biblical truth. There's no spiritual insight. And spiritual insight is what we need to believe. We don't believe in just whatever anybody says, the Bible says, as I mentioned, but we believe in what the truth is. And so personal humility, if there's no personal humility, then there will be no spiritual understanding. God is not trying to tease you. He's hidden truth from those who are arrogant. But insight is given to those who humble themselves like a child. And so we talked about that. Next time we're going to talk about humility. Time after that, we're going to talk about, that is, the next section will be on spiritual insight. And then we're going to talk about faith and how do we walk by faith. So that's kind of where we're headed. That's a review of what we've already seen, and then the direction that we're going to be going. And I hope you continue to enjoy this and you continue to learn from it and profit. Thank you very much.